Alright, here I am. Let's see if this audio is going to work, because we're actually going to have to use this YouTube player for music in the background on this stream. So I better check it. I haven't changed it, but you never know. Yeah, that works. I don't know what music we're actually going to be listening to. This is Dupless from Paper Mario, so yes, you were right. This is Sus Imposter. What? Maybe? Oh no, that's not actually a compilation. That's a medley. Let me get a Paper Mario boss theme playlist, because those are good songs. They will do. Yeah, we're starting with Koopa Bros. I don't even remember the original Paper Mario OST very much. Oh, I do remember this one, though. Also, the slot machine. Oh, from Cuphead, I see. I was gonna be like from Paper Mario? I don't know, I felt it was pretty useful. This also is in every video game. It's just like almost 200 of them. So, obviously, there's not a tier list with every single video game in it, but, you know, as close as I can get. Why does this music seem louder than the last one? This song has a 10-second loop. That's fine, we won't even notice one doing this, right? Anyway, let me show you the tier list. That's what we're doing. The good news is, well, maybe good news, is that I've not played a lot of these. So, I won't have, like, an entire 200 games to rank. It'll be more like maybe 50 to 75. But yeah. Cuphead is in here, as is Danganronpa 2. I saw that while I was scrolling through. And we're starting with everyone's favorite game, Roblox. So cool. Actually, let me just change this, because it's literally just going to be for games I've never played. These were basically the sections it came with, or tiers it came with. We just got to do a couple of important changes. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so Koopa Bros are already gone. Oh yeah, this one. Roblox is the first game on this list. We're starting off with the wait 30 seconds for us to troll or fawn over every game, please. I mean, you guys still can, and I can go back to it. It's fine. No worries on that. I think Roblox... Actually, this should probably be mid. I think Roblox is probably amazing. I mean, I'm a big fan of sandbox games, and Roblox is that. The back end of it, like the actual, you know, creator studio and stuff, could be troublesome sometimes, but it is kind of childish, you know, because the games, a lot of them are made by kids. But if you go to like the I actually haven't played Roblox in years, so it might have changed, to be fair. But when I was younger, I used to play Roblox a lot and just do disaster survival, where you just try to get to the top of a building or something and survive a random disaster, as well as like the murder mystery games and stuff. It's kind of been outclassed by other games doing what it is, but hey. Natural Disaster Simulator, exactly. It's not a masterpiece, that's for sure. But, you know. And there is going to be some bias here. Because, I mean, I've played some of these games far more than I have others. So, it's just how it's going to go. Fortnite. I played this one time. So, I'll just put it in never played. I feel like without a team, Fortnite is not very fun. But if you're playing with other people, it probably is. Which is kind of the same thing with Minecraft, honestly. If you're playing on your own, it can be, like, okay. But when you're playing with other people, that's when Minecraft really shines. Minecraft is better Roblox, so I'll put it in Masterpiece. I think some of the new updates have made it so complicated in certain areas that it's kind of losing some of the magic, but it's still good at its core. Roblox blows up your phone. Well, I never played it on my phone, that's for sure. Final Fantasy Online, I've never played. Borderlands, I think this is 2, right? That's the one with... No, because that has the 2 hands, right? That's how that works. Borderlands 1, honestly, not that good. I've played Borderlands 1 and 2, and I vastly preferred 2 to 1. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or what, but... I don't know. Mass Effect I've never played. Dota the same. A lot of PlayStation games and later Xbox games I've never played because I just, you know, I had an Xbox 360 and then after that I never went back to the other 2 consoles, so there'll be a lot of that I've never played. RimWorld, now that's a masterpiece. That's 3, I think? Well, okay, we'll just leave it there for now, and if there are more Borderlands on the list, then we'll go back. I guess he has holding up 3 fingers. Is that how it's supposed to signify that? I don't know. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I played this once as well. It's pretty mid. 3 has roses on the cover. Borderlands 2 is the best. Well, thanks for backing me up. Phasmophobia is also really good, but I'm only going to put it in amazing because it's not done. I mean, arguably Minecraft isn't done either, but I feel like at the very beginning, Phasmophobia also had some of this magic of being a little bit janky. It's kind of like Skyrim, where the jank was half of the fun. Like, you know, and now that they've actually kind of started fixing the game, it's kind of lost some of that magic for me. And they made it a lot harder, too. So I would put it in Masterpiece, but I'm going to put it here. It's still a good game, though. Very fun. A cooperative horror game is a very interesting idea. Payday, I've never played. Beat Saber, I have unfortunately never played. If I had, like, a setup for it, I would. Terraria, this one's so interesting. Because I like Terraria a lot, but I also have a lot of problems with it. I feel like I need a new tier. That was the wrong place, but whatever, we can fix that pretty easy. What color am I going to make this? U, I guess. This is for great, but has problems. Problems, yeah, problems. And that's really probably all 3 of these. And maybe we'll put Minecraft in amazing, and that'll kind of sort things out. Terraria is so fun if you know what you're doing, but starting out, there is just a mountain of information you need to know to go do anything. Somebody's already done it in chat. I used to do it all the time too. The comparison between Terraria and Minecraft is kind of unfair, I think, because Terraria is much more of a combat-focused game, whereas Minecraft is a lot more of a survival-focused game. Like, you don't have to eat in Terraria. There's no farming. Like, all you do is make armor and weapons and fight bosses. Whereas in Minecraft, there are a couple bosses, but it's mostly exploration and survival. That said, I think Minecraft is a lot more intuitive. I think Terraria, you have to, like, have a background in that kind of game to really enjoy it. Just always enjoyed Minecraft more. Yeah, that's fair. I think I'm with you on that one. Use only 3 fingers to be like shotgun, yeah. Remember watching people play Phasmophobia and thought it was cool? I've played it a few times. I saw a Ghost Cow VTuber play Phasmophobia. Very cool. I'm hoping that now that we're going back into the Halloween season, people will pick it up again and, you know, it'll have another resurgence. Because it is a good game. I feel bad that it's, you know, kind of sporadically supported by people. Risk of Rain I've not played. I've heard good things, though. Fall Guys. Okay, this is Season 4, but I'm just going to put Fall Guys in general. I mean, it depends on how you want to... I think mid just makes sense. The same with PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. They are exciting concepts that just didn't really go anywhere. You know? I know Fall Guys has like 4 seasons. There's a bunch of different minigames and all this, but in reality, there's only so much you can do with the formula. It's been a while since I played. I think the last time I played was Season 2, but it just kind of got boring eventually. I enjoy Fall Guys, but I wouldn't call it great. Yeah, it's sort of the same feeling I have with Borderlands and stuff. Team Fortress 2 I have not played. That might surprise some people, but I didn't have internet connection, so... Takes Two I haven't played. Days Gone, nope. Counter-Strike, okay. I have played Counter-Strike once, but once, so... not really helpful. City Skylines, oh boy. Yeah. City Skylines is good. I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece, because it does get kind of tedious. It's sort of like Minecraft, where at the beginning it feels really exciting, but once you're into the minutia of it, it kind of gets tedious and boring. That's really its genre's fault, not its own, but, you know, it's a much better version of SimCity, essentially. So if you like SimCity, you'll love City Skylines. Yeah. Sea of Thieves I have not played. This is the music for Huff and Puff? I don't remember that. Brawlhalla I also haven't played. I did not know they had a collaboration with Kung Fu Panda. I'm hoping The Sims 4 isn't the only Sims game on this list, because it's mid. The Sims is very fun, but it is made by EA, which means it's pretty much automatically mid. Because they just don't give you the game. They give you, like, a 30th of it. And I just think The Sims 3, I know it's a tired opinion, but The Sims 3 was just more open, and there was more things you could do. What The Sims 4 streamlined, I don't think makes the game a better experience. Stardew is an easy masterpiece. I mean, despite sort of falling into the same trap as something like City Skylines, where, again, after 2 or 3 years, you're probably done with the game. Restarting it, there are like a billion different possibilities. And while that's the same case with City Skylines, there is an optimal way to play City Skylines, where I don't feel like there's an optimal way to play Stardew Valley. You know what I mean? Like, you could do a billion different... You could decide to be a fisher and go after Abigail, and then decide to, you know, focus on the farm in one playthrough and go after Harvey or something. When I say go after, I mean, like, pursue them romantically. I don't mean literally try... You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. Sims 4 isn't worth the hype. I don't know if Sims 4 has any hype, thankfully. I always heard City Skylines and heard it's good, but I've never bought it. Yeah, I got it when I was on sale, so, you know. Halo the Master Chief Collection. So this is Halo 1, 2, and 3, right? That's kind of hard to rank, but okay. I'm a big fan of Halo 1. Ironically, despite a lot of people saying Halo 2 is their favorite, I don't really like Halo 2. But I am also a big fan of Halo 3. I still think I'd probably put it in Masterpiece just for Halo 3 itself. And Halo 1 is honestly still good. Despite, you know, being aged, it's still good. I mean, there's ways to streamline Stardew, that's true, but, like, you could play it another way without, you know, essentially handicapping yourself, is what I'm saying. Which, if you did City Skylines and you did, like, a challenge, for example, that might be the only way that you could do something crazy, you know? You know? I don't know. Is this 5 or... I know the main characters of Grand Theft Autos. I don't know the beginnings. I think I'm going to say it's 5, in which case I haven't played it. I've played 4, and I played a little bit of 3. So, this is like the new Black Ops. I played the old Black Ops, so sorry. Apex, no. Red Dead, no. No Man's Sky, no. Horizon, no. Again, with all this PlayStation console stuff. I don't even know what this is. The Metropolitan Mutant of Ark is GTA 5, yeah. It's too bad. Dead by Daylight? Okay, well, I can't really rank that. I played it one time. I don't think I really understood it. Going Medieval. Never heard of it. Gary's Mod. We'll put Gary's Mod in great but has problems because nobody really plays it anymore. I mean, there is a ton of people who do, but, like... not really. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have the most fun, I don't think, playing it anymore. It's very reliant on having a good group of people playing with you, so... You know. Is this Mortal Kombat 2? That can't be. It's just got the lions in the middle, right? Yeah, I know. This list is going to make you realize how many popular games you haven't played. I mean, like I said, I'm only going to be able to rank, like, probably a third of these because I just haven't played all the most popular games, really. I'm just going to rank this as Mortal Kombat in general, in which case I think it goes in here. The original Mortal Kombat, not Mortal Kombat 1, but I played 2 and 3, I think, or 4 maybe? The, like, one that was, like, Ultimate Collection. It's Mortal Kombat 11. There's been 11 of them at this point. Oh, my goodness. Well, in that case, I haven't played, but I'll still talk about Mortal Kombat. I really liked Mortal Kombat 2. I played it on my phone, though, so it's not the most authentic experience. But I've never been the best at 2D fighting games, so, you know. No Planet Zoo. Spath to Exile. That's what I thought that said. Path of Exile, nope. Destiny, no. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna go there. Cyberpunk, absolutely not. Don't be tricked. I've seen so many people after the anime came out being like, oh man, I should go and play Cyberpunk. Don't do it. There's a reason that game got terrible reviews. Rust, Isaac, I haven't played either. Doom Eternal, I haven't played. I played the original Doom, if that counts for anything. Another Metropolitan Mutant of Ark. Raft. I do want to play Raft sometime. It looks pretty fun. I played every Fallout except, well, every Bethesda Fallout except Fallout 4, so that's unfortunate. Elder Scrolls Online, no. Little Nightmares, no. Subnautica, no. Bloons Tower Defense 6. Okay, I played this game. I'll put it here. You want to talk about repetitive, I'll give you Bloons Tower Defense, but Bloons is very fun. It's one of those games where you basically just sit and watch things explode and it's satisfying. Can't really argue with that. It's just true. No Dying Light. Smite. Oh, God. I have no idea what this is. Gang Beasts. Okay, I've played this a couple of times. It's another one of these party games, which, again, means you have to rely on having a good group of people to play with. But I still think it's good. There's a lot of just chaos with Gang Beasts, and that can be very fun. I love Bloons. I got Cyberpunk before the anime. First-hand disappointment. Oh, no. Hades. You know what? I'll put Hades in Masterpiece, sure. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the game, so if it's your kind of thing, then it's good. It isn't really my kind of thing, but I still played it and enjoyed it, so that's a good sign. Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know what that could be, actually. I have no idea. Uno! Okay, I haven't actually played this version of Uno, but I've played Uno the game before. I mean, sure. Uno games can go on forever, and I think that's a fundamental flaw. I mean, not literally forever, but, like, you can just keep +4ing people forever, you know? Life is Strange, I have not played. I don't even know what that is. Hollow Knight, nope, sorry. Escapist, Portal 2, okay, I played this one. I've actually only played Portal 2. I never went back to play Portal 1, but I think both the Portal games, from what I've heard, are pretty equally good. In terms of just being fascinating puzzle games that are just very fun to play. Uno ruins friendships. Little Nightmares 2 is good. I highly recommend it. But only after playing the first. Ah, yes. I don't have Uno. I don't have Uno! Alright. I don't know what this is. PlayStation, maybe? Rec Room? That sounds familiar, maybe? Worms! Okay. This is, like, again, the epitome of great but has problems, because the controls in Worms are horrible, but the actual gameplay is pretty fun. Star Wars, like a Star Wars The Complete Saga. Honestly, as a stupid sandbox game, this game is still fun. And there's a lot of collectibles, there's a lot of fun interactions. To be fair, I don't really, like, enjoy the newer versions of the LEGO games. I'm thinking more of the original version of Complete Saga, in case they've ever re-released it. I don't really know. But yeah. I mean, Undertale's also going up here. As much as it's memed on, this game has a huge community and impact for a reason. It's just very fun. So yeah. Rec Room is VR, like VR chat. Oh. Didn't know. Recommend just Shapes and Beats. It really makes me feel like a square. Wow. Yeah. I mean, even just the soundtrack would be worth putting it in there, so. Infinite. Okay, I did play Bioshock Infinite. I only got halfway through it. Whoops, sorry. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I don't know what else to say. It was kind of confusing, too, in certain areas of what you're supposed to do. I remember being stuck for a long time. I'm definitely more Nintendo-based than Sony or Microsoft, but I had like an edgy teen period where I was like, Nintendo's for babies. I'm an Xbox man now. So I do have at least a little bit of knowledge. And I have a PC now as well, so. You know, that said, still not playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's probably fine. It's just Tomb Raider seems so antiquated at this point. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Okay, I never played the actual Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've only played knockoffs, so. You know. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I love this game, but it is mid. Like, there's just, you know. It wears thin after. It's like Fall Guys. It's a funny concept, and you can laugh at it a lot, but it wears thin after like 2 hours. Danganronpa V3. I'll put it in amazing, sure. I have my own personal issues with it in a few places, but it's still very good, so. Half-Life 1, I think? I've only ever played Half-Life 2. For some reason, that's all I'm allowed to do with Valve games, apparently, is play the sequels. Rivals of Ether. Noida. Forage something? Geometry Dash. Goodbye. Spelunky. That looks good, but again, Bloodstain is like Castlevania. Okay, I played Spore. Spore has one good stage, and it's the creature stage. The space stage can be fun too, but only because you get to watch planets die as you suck away their atmosphere. That's pretty much the fun part of it. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good D tier. V3 mid. It's funny. Not like a square, for a square. Makes you emotional over a square, okay. RuneScape. You know, maybe one of these days I should go back and play RuneScape. The only problem is it's an MMO, so if I go back and start it now, there are going to be people at level 80 that will just kill me. So, you know. I played a little bit of RuneScape on a library computer when I was like 7 or 8. So I can't really talk to it. Talk about it at all, really. I don't even know what this is. Ill Genius World Domination. Tekken, no. I've played Kazuya and Smash Brothers. Does that count? Stick Fight the game. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm thinking of. The one where... Yeah, it has to be. That's mid. Sorry. Very fun, again, for like 30 minutes, and then it is boring. A Hat in Time. I gotta go back and play this some point, too. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of platformers, so... The disrespect on V3 is crazy. Yeah. Death Stranding. No. Amogus. Okay. This is a hard one to rank. Because I do think Among Us is actually pretty good for its genre. But in the time since it came out, well, not since it came out, but since it got popular, I feel like it's almost got boring, you know? I'll put it in great but has problems, because Town of Salem, which I doubt is on this list, is still my preferred version of Werewolf to play online. V3 is your personal favorite. V3 is the only Danganronpa game I played. I'm not even past the second chapter. Can't take Among Us as a game seriously now. See, I've always been immune to that kind of stuff with like Undertale and Among Us when they become like super popular for memes and junk. I'm able to separate them usually. Danganronpa in general is kind of mediocre. And I know that's not going to be a popular statement on my Danganronpa channel, but it's true. It's with great admiration that I can say, it's just okay most of the time. I've said this before for sure, but Danganronpa really shines when it comes to characters and like the murder trials usually, or like the murder setups at least. But the actual, like, in-between cases and final cases are always disappointing. You know what I mean? Like, almost always. Sure, there's some exceptions, but pretty much almost always. And the concept is really great, but I feel like it's not really executed on very well most of the time. But, you know, Cuphead. I'll put Cuphead here. It is just a boss rush, but it's a very good boss rush that looks very good. I do think sometimes that difficulty for the sake of difficulty is a bad idea. Cases like Dark Souls and stuff, sometimes it just means that a large section of people will never be able to play your game. And it also breeds a sort of... what would you say, superiority complex for people who can beat it versus people who can't. That said, I feel like Cuphead's probably on the lesser side of that, because, especially with Miss Chalice now, I could never get past, what was the name of the robot, you know? Because the plane stages were always my worst. But with Miss Chalice, I was able to actually beat the game for the first time, so there you go. Sus Imposter returns, true. Yeah, I did. That's why I, you know, it is through running a Danganronpa channel that I've come to the conclusion that Danganronpa's kind of mid sometimes, you know? Best boss rushes. 1 is Punch-Out, 2 is Cuphead, 3 I can't think of another one. Yeah. Anyway, the darker take on Danganronpa could have been good, but it also could have been even worse if they still tried to interject humor into it in the way that they do. I'll do a whole stream talking about that someday. For now, we gotta move on to Papers, Please, which I've never actually played. Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. That's a VR game, so I haven't played it. Slime Rancher... Who cares? Well, I won't say who cares, but... Slime Rancher 2 is coming out. Untitled Goose Game. I'll put it in amazing, sure. It's fun for what it is. It's just, you know, not much. Job Simulator is another VR game. Metro Exodus, I have no idea. Slay the Spire, I haven't played. Detroit Become Human. I haven't actually played it, but I've watched playthroughs of it. I know everything about it. I won't rank it. Save myself from that. Outer Wilds, I unfortunately haven't got the chance to play. Yakuza is on PlayStation. Just Cause is probably... That doesn't even really interest me. War Robots! That's like one of those YouTube ad games, right? Paladins. Don't Starve. Together. I've never actually played enough of it, I don't think. Factorio, no. That's just not a game for me, for sure. Gears. I hate that they changed it from Gears of War to just Gears. It's just, it feels weird. It's like if they changed Halo to Ha! Peace was never an option. Dead Cells. Haven't played that either. Wow, we're in like a what would you call this? Hellblade. It's Smorg. We're on a roll here of games I've just not played. Guilty Gear. Not my gear. Castle Crashers. Okay, here's a game I've played. I'll put it in great but has problems. Castle Crashers can be fun. It might have just been the fact that the people I was playing it with back in the day, just it wasn't the best group. Because there was somebody who was playing it who'd played it like 1,000 times and had like all maxed out characters, and then me and another friend were level 1, so we never really got to do anything. At the same time, I do feel like Castle Crashers has a weird difficulty spike halfway through that can make it a little bit grindy almost feeling. But it is very funny, and the art style is good. Detroit Become Human is another game with great potential but bad execution. Yeah, exactly. Castle Crashers is one of the best games you've ever played. Yeah, maybe I just had bad experiences with it. I do like Castle Crashers a lot, but, you know. The Crew. Is this like a biking game? This is like a biking game, right? Hold on. There we go. Nile? No. Greece. Yeah, I think it's actually Greece. I don't know. They'll put that in masterpieces. Hey, hey. Katana Zero. Katana Zero, no. Ghost Runner. Used. Oh god. Left 4 Dead. Okay, here's a game I played. Celeste. It's going in masterpiece. Honestly, again, like I said earlier, I don't really like platforming games. They're really just not my thing. But I loved Celeste, so there's not much I can say about that. It's just really intuitive and then very fun. I do think the harder levels on the B-sides and stuff are essentially, well, they're too hard for me, but they're extra content. So it doesn't feel like you're being locked out of the game. It feels like, oh, this is an additional challenge. So people can still have the fun bragging rights of, oh, I beat all the B-sides. But you can also complete the game without doing that. And I think that's a great balance. What the hell is Super Animal Royale? I'm afraid. You just need to let go of Castle Crashers, You gotta play Celeste. It's an amazing experience. But yeah, I mostly agree with it. You guys are saying about Castle Crashers. My tournament Porsche. Isn't that about a horse? I don't actually know. Crash. Sorry. I have played a Crash Bandicoot game. It was on the Game Boy. And it was so good. No, it wasn't. Temtem. I'm glad I never bought into that. That's all I'll say. Enter the Gungeon. I gotta play at some point too. Spyro. Sorry, Spyro. Spirit. I don't know what Spirit Fair is. I'm guessing this is Titanfall. Saints Row. Superliminal. Okay. Superliminal is another simple but fun puzzle game. I don't honestly think there's anything wrong with it. So, sure. Oh my god, there's a bot! What the hell? I've never been botted before. That's crazy. Okay, well, give me one sec here. Report. There we go. They should be gone now, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that was rude. Bot jump scare. Yeah. What were you guys saying before that? Super Animal Royale is just Animal Squid Games. Oh, cool. I love Crash Bandicoot, yeah. That's how you know you've made it as a YouTuber, when you get botted. Yeah, I mean, sure. Toonlight. I don't think that's actually what this is called, but I don't know, so I'm going to assume it is. Surviving Mars. Sure. Shell Shock. Okay. This is another one of the... This is like Worms, but a little bit more refined, I'd argue. That said, it's also a little bit less fun sometimes, so I think I'm going to put them in the same category. It's kind of interesting, because this is literally just a more refined version of Worms, but it feels less entertaining because there isn't as much jank. It's kind of crazy. Is this Plague Inc.? Hold on. I do have... Yeah, okay, it is. I think it is. I have played Plague Inc. It is a solved game, pretty much. All you have to do to win is evolve your virus to have all the catch symptoms, and then you just, you know, evolve the killing symptoms. Also, you start in New Zealand or whatever. The game is basically decided whether you get New Zealand in the first, like, 20 minutes. So I'm going to put it in mid. Amnesia. I haven't played. I don't like horror games. Oops. World of Tanks. Yeah, no. Party Pack 6. What's in Party Pack 6 again? Okay, that's Joke Boat, right? Because it's the bathroom tiles? Yeah. So that's like Joke Boat and push the button. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say pretty much every Jackbox Party Pack is pretty much in the amazing category. I think they all have like one or two games that are just stinkers that nobody plays, but the rest of them are all good. So I think no matter which game it was, it'd probably end up here. Outward. Heavy Rain. Okay, well, I haven't played that one either. I don't know what Trover Save the Universe is. Jump Force. I mean, I haven't played it, but I know where it should go. Overcooked. Northgate or whatever. I don't know what that is. Starbound. Okay, I played Starbound. I feel bad, but Starbound is just not fun. It takes all the best qualities of Terraria in terms of the combat system and then delivers you nothing else. So just play Terraria. If Terraria had like the race system that Starbound has in terms of like being able to be a mermaid person or a star person, that'd be great. But that's pretty much the only fun thing that Starbound has in it. Trivia Murder Party sucks on stream. I think Trivia Murder Party is probably the best one. I have a soft spot for bracketeering, but it's very boring for the first round, so if they could just make a better version of that. And then I think probably my favorite of all time would be Champed Up. I think that's probably the best one they've done ever. XCOM! Haha, bye. Destroy All Humans, I have not played either. Night in the Woods, I played about 2 or 3 hours of. I have to go back to it. Oops. Broken Age. I Am Dead. Or something. This reminds me of a game that I actually did like when I was younger called Why Am I Dead at Sea? I don't know if that's what this is, like Why Am I Dead? Which was the original version of it, but even if it is, I don't know, so... Sunblaze. Oh, this is the one where you've got the 2 funny robots that walk funny. I haven't played that either. Wander Song. Cluster Truck. Actually, I have played Cluster Truck. It's okay. It's another one of those games that's fun for 20 minutes. Oh, TKO. That's also a good game. You're right. The Wheel of Enormous Proportions. Yeah, I haven't got a... I don't think I've got a chance to play that one yet. But that one looks good. I think Trivia Murder Party has a beat, personally, for me, but... I don't know. I don't know what this is. Looks interesting. Prumbleweed Park. The Colonists, oh no. West of Loathing? Okay. West of Loathing is a meme game about funny cowboys. It's okay. Something Inc. Octageddon. Donut County. This is another meme game, but I haven't actually played it, so can't help you there. Scribblenauts looks great. I've never played it myself, though. Crypt of the Necrodancer. I played the Hyrule version of it on the Switch. But not the original yet. I do have it. I just haven't played it yet. Let's hope that's not called Humper and it's like Thumper instead. I don't even know what that could be. Surgeon Simulator. The end is nigh. Rad. Cool. The Stanley Parable. I haven't played either. It's another meme game. Fez. Wait, I put that in Masterpieces by accident. Okay. Five Nights at Freddy's. Helltaker. I haven't played either. Game Dev Tycoon. Okay, I actually have played Game Dev Tycoon. It is very fun, but it is basically just up to random chance. It feels like whether or not your game does good. But it's still pretty fun to just put random games out there and see how the public feels about them. It's very funny. Oh, Blather Round is also good, but you have to have people who are actually like invested in playing it. This is garbage, apparently. So, I mean, it's garbage, so it belongs in the trash. I don't even know what game that is. Don't take that as an actual ranking of the game. It is just a meme about it being called garbage. What is Beyond Two Souls? It seems so familiar, but I don't remember it. Dicey Dungeons I haven't played. Dark something. Bendy and the Ink Machine? Oh, God. I had a friend who was obsessed with Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I was always like, that seems like it's not good. And they're like, what? And then they eventually said, well, It ended up being not good, and I was like, well, that sucks. 60-second reaction. Deus Ex. I actually was going to play Helltaker, but I never got around to it. So. I think I did play FNAF 1 on a phone once, but that wasn't a very authentic experience. Baldi's Basics. Look, I've never played this, but I know it's true to its name and very, very basic. Sonic Mania. You know what? Yeah. I'm a bit biased for Sonic, because I grew up with Sonic. Even though it was Sonic on the Game Boy and it was horrible. But Sonic Mania is actually a good version of Sonic, so you know what? I'll put it up there. I'll give him a bit of slack, you know? I don't know what that is. I think is that Lisa? One of those games people bring up every time they're like, oh yeah, quirky Earthbound-inspired RPG about depression. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. You're so cool. Inside, I haven't played. That game is a little bit weird. Oh, this is like Evil Grandma. I remember seeing that. Wait, Secret Neighbor? What's that? That's not Hello Neighbor. So, this is strange. Kindergarten 2. I think I know that game. That's the game with the chicken nugget guy. That's all I know about it. Super hot. Super hot. It's basically a puzzle game. So I'll throw it in here. It's pretty fun. Puyo Puyo Tetris. I bet you it's better in VR, but I'm not VR, so. FT... Cat Quest? Death Road to Canada. Okay, here's another one I know. Procrastination, the sin of sloth. Yeah, that's me. Death Road to Canada. I'll put it here because it is pretty much RNG. Although it does... Okay, I'll put it here. You know what? Because that is part of the point. It's supposed to feel like an homage to Oregon Trail. Which was pretty much just based on RNG. So I think it does a pretty good job of it, you know? We Happy Few. Yeah, what a lovely game. Nuclear Throne. Totally accurate. What? What is that? Nanny Simulator or something? Where the baby's trying to kill itself? I don't remember if that's that one. I've never played it anyway, but... Limbo... That one's pretty spooky. But in like a fun way, not just like a jump scare way. Kingdom Rush Vengeance. The Messenger. Goodbye. Quantum Break. Super Meat Boy. I never played that either. Domina. Machina. It's just a billion of them. Blackout. Kraus. Rain World. Oh, that's what I always think of when I hear Risk of Rain, is Rain World. Huh. Bully One Shot. I haven't actually played it, so I won't put it anywhere, but it does look okay. Goat Simulator. Yeah. I was going to say Rayman. That's definitely not Rayman. The Police. Boy. Where's the next game that actually... Oh! Baba Is You! Right on time! Actually, this game's... Oh, wait. This game's a masterpiece. A video game about programming, but it's fun! So cool. So your neighbor is the one with the neighbor, and a group of kids in the... The neighbor has to kill the kids. It's a multiplayer game. Okay. Love Puyo Puyo characters. I actually like the design of Puyo Puyo characters as well. But I've never played Puyo Puyo Tetris, so... Bully is underrated. It does look fun, but I've never played it, so... Octodad. Does that say Deadliest Catch? Oh, Dadliest Catch, probably. I gotta play Shantae at some point. I have it. I've just, not played it. Oh, this is Journey. I was like, Dune? No, I haven't played Journey either. Don't know. Soda Dungeon. Ukulele. What the? Golf? I don't know, man. Outlast. Okay, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I feel like it's more of a sandbox game than Animal Crossing usually is, and depending on how much you like that aspect of it, will determine how much you like this game. Hello Neighbor Among Us. Really? They made... Okay, well, actually, that makes perfect sense. Of course they would. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's basically just like a decoration simulator. With even the islanders, usually people are searching for the perfect ones, right? I had fun with it for a bit, but the task became too daunting for me. I think Sword and Shield also fits in this category. I think it definitely got a lot of unwarranted hate. But like most Pokemon games, it's a give and take, where I feel like, I've talked about this before too, people are like, the Pokemon developers never listen to their fans, and I think the problem is they listen too much, because if you like look at the trajectory of the Pokemon games, in Generation 6, people complained about the lack of story, the lack of post-game, and like the new Pokemon being lame or whatever. In Generation 7, the new Pokemon were crazy, there was a ton of story, and a fun post-game with the Ultra Beasts. And then when that game came out, people complained about the weird designs of the Pokemon, and the story was too intrusive, and it was the replay value was so low because you'd have to go through all the cutscenes. So then when Sword and Shield comes out, the story is pretty sparing, and the Pokemon designs have gone back to being like, they're still pretty expressive, but they've gone down a little bit in terms of being a little more generic. And then people complain about the story being sparing, and So I'm expecting Gen 9 to be a Pokemon game that I personally enjoy, because it will be more story based, and it will have a bunch of weird, wacky Pokemon designs. Because that's what people complained about with Gen 8. Anyway, Yoshi's Crafted World I never played. Miitopia! Yeah, okay, Miitopia. I'll put it in great with problems, because it's not as good as Tomodachi Life. In the way that it's a fun little simulator with the Miis, but you not being able to control your party members is genuinely just baffling. Like, why would they not do that? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it didn't even want to be an RPG in the first place some of the time, which makes sense. They probably just wanted to make like another Tomodachi Life, but just make another Tomodachi Life, please, okay? Miitopia, my beloved. Pokemon fans are just always miserable. There's no use fighting it. Luigi's Mansion 3, I never got a chance to play either. I was going to. I really was, but I never did. 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I mean, yeah. 3D World, kind of bland. But the biggest problem 3D World had when it came out was the fact that it came out after, like, 5 of the same game came out, essentially. Coming back to it after, like, a break with Odyssey and these other games, it felt good. And it's fun. So, hey. New Pokemon Snap. I'll throw it in here, too. It's very short, but so is the original Snap. Honestly, it just feels like a new Pokemon Snap. They were pretty accurate when naming it. It doesn't feel like a huge improvement of the formula or anything, or like it doesn't feel like it's lost any of the magic. It's just a new Pokemon Snap. Mario 3D World is so much fun. It truly is. I think it's probably still underrated. And they still hold up, the graphics still hold up. It's like Wind Waker. It's true. The graphics, because they went for such a sort of Well, because it's so stylistic in the way the worlds are designed, it always feels, yeah, at least, like, correct, you know? Mario Maker 2, I think that's a masterpiece. Clearly there are some things wrong with it, but... Infinite Mario! How can you complain, really? Mario Maker 1 had a few, like, issues with the levels being pretty stripped down, in terms of, like, what you could put in them. And Mario Maker 2 just kind of fixed that by adding a bunch more stuff to put in them. I hope they make a Mario Maker 3, honestly. How's it going? Well, we're, getting there. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Truly a masterpiece. As much as people complain about, you know, oh, there's too many characters. Like, what a first world problem in terms of a fighting game. Yeah, it's crazy. Unravel 2. Xenoblade Chronicles, I want to play, but I never will. That's the life of me. Tetris 99. I'll put it in amazing, sure. It's just Tetris, really. You can't really go wrong with Tetris, no matter what you do. I've never played Mario Kart 8. How shocking is that? I've just not really that big of a Mario Kart fan. Splat 2. There is no game. Wow, that's crazy. Super Mario Party! It was so funny that they made Super Mario Party and then released a Mario Party right after it that's just a better version of it. Is Mario Party Superstars going to be on this list? Because I hope it is. Hypnospace Outlaw. This is one of my favorite games ever. It's such a fun idea. Play Mario Kart 8 now, you sinner. Ah. I'm not good at Smash at all, in fact. I'm the worst at fighting games because all I do is spam buttons. I mean, you know, depending on who you're fighting, sometimes I can win in Smash. Oh, you're almost done. Great. Okay. Hyper Light Drifter. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I've never actually played this. Remember, I was a Sonic child, so I didn't play a lot of Mario until Odyssey came out. That was like the first Mario game I'd played since Mario Land on the Game Boy. That's hilarious to say, but it is true. And speaking of Odyssey, I'll put it in amazing. It does sort of drag near the end, for sure. I think that one kingdom after you fight Bowser for the second time, the Lost Kingdom, is where I was really like, oh, is this game almost over? But the standout worlds, like, they knew where to put them at the start. And Mushroom Kingdom's really fun when you get to go there at the end of the game, too. I just, you know, the latter half of the levels just didn't do much for me. Like, there was a second water level? No! Plants vs. Zombies. Still holds up. Still fun. The later levels are a little bullshit, but it's fine. Doodle Jump. Doodle Jump. No. Well, I have played it, so I guess I'll put it out here somewhere. I'll put it in mid. I mean, you just have a single button, so. Cut the Rope. I think I played Cut the Rope. It's probably around here, too. Temple Run? Yeah. Candy Crush. I've never actually played Candy Crush. I've never played Alien Hominid. I only know it from Castle Crashers. Isn't Yakuza Sega? Yes. But I think it's published for PlayStation, if I'm not wrong. A Pit Sora main in Smash Bros. I like that. I play a lot of characters, and that's why I'm not super good at the game. Probably my best character is Pokemon Trainer, though. Crossy Road. What if we made Frogger again? It's just like, whatever, who cares? Happy Wheels, this is genuinely still a fun game. Some of the, you know, visual humor isn't quite, doesn't quite hold up, but the game itself, like, to actually play, is still fun. Henry Stickmin. This is basically just a collection of references, but it is still fun. I thought that said Padme. I'm like, what? No. Jetpack Joyride I never played because you had to pay for it. Friday Night Funkin'. I mean, the game's not done yet, right? I'll put it here, I think. The problems in question just being that it still feels a little... I haven't played it in a long time, to be fair. I don't really know what's going on with it anymore. I played it when it like first came out as a big deal. I bet they probably fixed the things that I would complain about, but the last time I played it, that's how I felt about it. Peach, Lemmy, and Bayonetta. Very specific on that Lemmy. Hero. Hero's fun. I just wish Hero had better aerials. Why haven't I played Candy Crush? Well, I've played a version of Candy Crush. Nom Nom from Cut the Rope is canon bisexual. That's crazy. Clash of Clans. We're like, belongs in the trash. I don't have that. Oh, Subway Surfers. This is actually on the list. Jeez. This is like Temple Run, but actually fun. I guess I'll put it here because it doesn't particularly have problems. It's just a boring mobile game after a while. I think this is Riddle School. I've never played it. Whoops. Angry Birds. It's fine. It's a great distraction. That's about it. Fruit Ninja, that is like the exact same. Brawl Stars. Is this called Narita Boy? Okay, sure, that's fine. Where did that go? I don't know what Battle Chasers is, so... Snipper Clips. I haven't actually played it myself. It seems fine, but, you know. Gaboose. I don't know what that is. Freedom Finger. Okay, sure. Everhood. Hitman. I really want to play Hitman. I think it's on PC probably, so I should do that someday. Metal Slug. No Straight Roads. I gotta play this too. It's got some crazy music. What is this called? Sexy Brutal. Okay, if I say so. Star Renegades. Subway Surfers is a god game. Really? Jetpack Joyride was free? I remember it being paid. Maybe, you have to pay for the original Angry Birds now? That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to pay for Angry Birds. I don't think it's really worth it to pay for any phone game, to be fair. But, you know. Is Genshin on here? It's gotta be somewhere, right? I don't... What is this? Hey, here's Danganronpa 2. We'll get there soon. Ninjala. This game that lasted about 3 days. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. Or the movie, the game. Sorry. It's a little jank, but it's still very fun. And if you've never listened to this game's soundtrack, do yourself a favor. I would put it on now, but it was actually made by a real, like, band. So I'm not sure if it would get copyright claimed. I don't want to do it. Paradise Killer. This scary plug game, which I've never played. Castle Stories. Stories Untold. The People. What are the people up to, huh? I don't know what that is. Monster Boy? That's what it looked like. Game Spinner. 2048. Okay, I played this one. The first time I ever got 2048 was on a band trip to Disneyland. So funny. We were at Disneyland in, what's it called? Frontierland, I think. We were in front of like a cowboy saloon. And I got 2048. And beat the game for the first time. This is another idle game, but it's actually... You actually have to think. So I'll put it up here with Subway Surfers in terms of being a decent phone game. Broken Reality. Scott Pilgrim's a good game. I'm glad they brought it back because you couldn't play it for such a long time. Yeah, it was so rough. That they just destroyed it. I never got a chance to play it on Xbox, so I'm very glad they brought it back. DDLC. We'll get there soon. Halo franchise? I mean, they had Master Chief Collection, which I put in Masterpiece. I think that's the only one they got on here so far. But like I said back then, I have a lot of love for 1 and 3. I also really like Reach. 2 is fine. I don't really care for it. And then 4 and 5. I never played Infinite or 5. 4 was okay, but definitely doesn't hold a candle to the other ones. Carrion, Driftland. I'm just making up some of these. Zero Escape. You guys didn't vote for it, but maybe someday. Dark. Super Hexagon. Wow, we got a square game and now a hexagon game. Stick it to the man. Okay. Nanotale. Just a screaming face. LA Noire, I never played, which, good for me. School. Years of Fear. Peggle Knights. No. I don't know what this is. Mirror's Edge. Snake Pass. What the hell is that? Mayhem in a single crosscode. Maybe? Axiom Verge. I know that one. Hugh. Say hello to Hugh. Chitch. Hugh and Chitch. Fish Quest. Hyper Light Drifter. Wait, was that other one not Hyper Light Drifter then? Oops. Somerset Overdrive, or Sunset Overdrive. I knew that. Nope. Dreadland. Story of My Uncle. That's definitely not what it is. VVVVVVV. I've never played that either, although it is pretty fun looking. Flower. Something the Giant. Grow Up. Trin. Detention. Darkwa. Crazy Frog. Drops. Okay, where's the next game I actually know? Let's just, like, move the games I actually know up here at this point. Okay, Flappy Bird. Flow. Free Rider. Hey. I love Free Rider. Tiny Wings. Dude, where's my water? Hill Climb Racing. Oh god, Hill Climb Racing. Crunker? That is the most hilarious name I've ever heard of. Solitaire. Wow. Okay, I gotta not miss anything though if I do this. There's Genshin! I've technically played Genshin! Oh, there's a Mori. Chrono Trigger. Wow, we've still got a lot of great games to go by the looks of it. Doki Doki. I'm looking for more that I've played here. This is on my Steam list. I haven't actually bought it. Skyward Sword. Wait, is this not, was that other one not VVVVV? Hold on, let me look at this chat. I never played DLC, but I know what it's about and have spoilers, so I didn't bother. I mean, that's fair. It is free, though, so yeah, that is a thing. I want to tear Hildeberg out of the sky. Purple is games I haven't played, yeah. Omori's kind of traumatized me. I mean, I feel you there. Wasn't Genshin just so fun? Yeah. Alright, Flappy Bird. For as much hype as there was around it, it's just whatever. Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece. One of the only like straight up JRPGs that's ever held my attention. Turns out, if you throw like 4 different JRPGs together, like 4 different JRPG settings and characters together, it's kind of fun. I'd put DDLC in amazing, probably. I don't know what they put in the expansion. I kind of... It's kind of... You kind of know it left an impact, because I wish they made a game where the characters could just be happy. Skyward Sword is great, but with problems. Most of those problems deriving from the fact that it's actually not the motion controls that makes the game boring. It's the fact that the freaking landscapes are barren and there's like rarely anything to do in them. Solitaire... I mean, you can't go wrong with Solitaire. It's like Tetris. Flow, I'm going to put in the same category. It's just a really solid puzzle game. Omori, I will put in great, but has problems. Mostly the pacing. Genshin. Shh. We don't need to tell anybody about that. Okay. Hill Climb Racing. This is basically just like a game about momentum. It's pretty good. I'll put it here. Freerider. This is one of my favorite things ever. If you ever played Freerider, Solitaire is perfect, yeah. It's basically you get to draw a line and then you get to control a little guy on a bike or a variety of other devices like Happy Wheels and go along your path. It's very fun. What if I only say one of them's bad? Do I get half burned? Tiny Wings, generally, I just did not like. It's another momentum game, but it feels like almost RNG sometimes. Whether or not you get the boosts. If I play Genshin Impact, I get bullied by everyone. I genuinely just think Genshin Impact... The thing that has led me to put Genshin Impact in mid is the fact that they're only in Chapter 1 still, after like 5 years. This is like a Bendy and the Ink Machine situation where it'll just never go anywhere. You know? I feel it in my heart. Danganronpa 2 is probably the next one that I have played. More like belongs in the trash. I mean, I'm going to put it on the same level as V3. I think these two are comparable. Their strengths are in different areas, but yeah. I'm just going to move this down for now. Look at how many there are in it, God. And we're just going to throw a ton of games in them while we probably talk about why Genshin Impact is mid. Some more, I'm guessing. That's what the chat will be about. Oh, hi. Thanks for the donation. Not joking when I say Hugh. Not the story design, but gameplay and puzzles are so great, so fun. And it even has a colorblind mode. Wow. I've never played it. Is it like an app or an actual game? I honestly don't know. Either way, trivia crack. I feel like I might have played this once, but I don't remember it, so... I thought that said Smosh for a second. No. Tomb of the Mask. Duck Life. Yeah, man. I love Duck Life. Oh, dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Alright, Dumb Ways to Die, if you don't know, was an app made by a train company that went way overboard and made a game about every stupid mistake you could accidentally make in daily life to die. Like, you know, shoving a fork in an outlet or whatever. But genuinely, the game is like a WarioWare sort of experience, and it's really fun. So, you know, it kind of lost its impact, but it was a good game, so sure. Fun Run Arena. Okay, well, the Chrome dinosaur game. It's SDR2 greater than V3. I'll put it in here. Actually, I'll put it in great but has problems, because if you're playing this, this means your computer has problems. That's pretty fair, I think. Random car game, Territory War, Survivio. All these, like, .io games I've never played. I played Agario. Okay, well, there's Agario. And it's like, okay, I guess. It's like, sure. Like, sure. By the way, mid doesn't mean bad. I put Borderlands in here, and I generally like that. The V3 characters are better, in my opinion. I'll say the plot sucks sometimes. It is actually kind of crazy how different my opinion is on the V3 characters. I genuinely... Minesweeper? Okay, I played Minesweeper before. I think this game also has a problem of being almost too complicated. If there was just an instructions with any of those, it'd be fine. Paperio. What was I gonna say? Okay, I played Pong. It's crazy how when I played V3, I really only connected with Shuichi and Kaido. Those were like the only two characters. And I suppose Kaede, but you know. I guess you can't really go wrong with Pong. And other people just, you know, it's totally different for them. I really do think, I want to make a video about this at some point, about the two Danganronpas, because it sometimes feels like there are two different Danganronpas. The, like, goofy, fun, character-driven thing, and the end-of-the-world plot with the murder plots. It really feels like Danganronpa 2 almost... Oh, Jazzpunk. I've never actually played that, though. It really does feel like Danganronpa 2 kind of split Danganronpa in half on that way. Whereas V3 leans in more on sort of the goofy end of it a lot of the time. Like, in terms of even physics. Like, most of the things in V3 shouldn't physically be possible. Whereas Danganronpa 2... Or Danganronpa 1 is very grounded. It's just funny, because I prefer the more grounded version of it. So I feel like that's why I don't like the V3 characters as much. But if you prefer the other half, then you have a totally different opinion. So it's, you know, it's weird. The word mid seems like such an insult now when basically it just means okay. Yeah. I haven't played Unleash the Light yet either. Which is funny because I was way into that show. What's happened to the music? Yes, continue watching Ultra Super Dimentio. This is the best song. Pop Tropica Adventure. Moshi Moshi Monsters. Okay, actually, Webkins. Genuinely baffling experience. It's like The Sims, but your sim is a cat that you bought at a store. And, you know, it was pretty fun for what it was. It's kind of like Skylanders, where like you actually have to buy a toy in order to play it. Nope. Nope. Iconoclast. I like that art style, but... Town of Salem is on here. Okay. Genuinely think Town of Salem is a masterpiece. And I've gone back and forth on this because, you know, Town of Salem has some funny randomization sometimes where you end up as a solo mafia against 18 town or whatever it feels like. But I genuinely think it's like Super Mario Maker. You can do whatever you want with the formula of werewolf. And I really think that the new roles they added with the Coven expansion were good. I don't think a single one of them feels like it's worthless. Whereas I think there are still a couple roles in the game that do feel worthless. Like Disguiser. And that was one of my biggest problems. And sure, it's still there, but if you really want to, you can just make a custom game without Disguiser in it. It's really that easy. Okay, I have played Unite. To be fair, Unite is a type of game that I've never enjoyed, but I didn't enjoy it. Humankind, Prey, Monster Prom. Is this Monster Prom? Like the original? Because I did play that. It was fun for a while. It's just, you know, you can only really play it like once is the thing. Clip that. Clip what? The V3 characters have their fun parts, but a lot of them can be very loud about their one character trait. Yeah, I feel that. It's the same with Danganronpa 2, really. But the difference is Danganronpa 2's kind of formatted in a way where the characters are forced to be emotive. Like, if the trials didn't have so many connections between the characters, I feel like it would be far weaker. I never played Get It Together. There's a Rick and Morty game? What? I mean, I guess there would be. Oh, Underhero. Is this game actually released? This was, along with Omori, this is another game I was waiting for. I'm going to have to check if that's released or not. Like, V3 has a lot of clicks in it. Garfield Kart. Whereas Danganronpa 2, it feels like a cohesive group, more or less. And that has its positives and negatives as well. But I feel like it does help with understanding the characters, personally. It's pretty cute. Dragon City, oh no. I remember when that used to have ads everywhere. It might still. Oh wait, we're almost at the end. Is there even another game I know? Wait, there's Cluster Duck? What? Gaster Blaster? There literally isn't another game I know on this list. Oh. Well, I'm done, I guess. You killed Hildeberg. Good for you. It's the fleshing out. And again, Danganronpa 2 has that problem too, but it's mostly just with the survivors, which is the same thing that happened in Danganronpa 1. Anyway, what were we clipping, by the way? Town of Salem? Where was Persona 5? I think the only Persona they had on here was 5 Strikers. I've never actually listened to the songs from Sticker Star. It could have been near the end here when I was throwing stuff up, but I think I would have saw it. And I only played like an hour of Persona 5 anyway, so I couldn't really rank it, but... I don't see it. I'm pretty sure I saw Strikers somewhere. It's pretty iconic art style, so you'd think it would pop out. I don't know. But this is the list, anyway. I mean, there was Prom. Were there any games made before the year 2000? Really, not much. Like, none of the classics you'd think of. Other than Chrono Trigger... and I don't think there was any classic Pokemon games, any classic Zeldas, any classic Marios, the early Sonics. We're lucky we got Halo 1 because they put the Master Chief Collection in there. Who actually played Sticker Star? I played halfway through it and then I gave up. And that was as a child who had no concept of when games were bad. Impossible quiz. Yeah, but this is pretty much my list. Look, I'll move garbage out of trash tier because that was just for a joke. So yeah. Ooh. Well, this is fun. I did this because I felt like if I did V3's FTEs right now, I'd probably explode. We'll get on it soon, though. Oh yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising. Actually, let me just look at my... I'm going to unplug my headphones and, like, move my chair. What games from my collection that I liked weren't on this list? Let's just see. They didn't have Kirby Superstar, Pokemon Black and White. They didn't have Age of Empires. Oh boy. No Spider-Man games. They didn't have Wii Sports. I'm not surprised Knights wasn't on there, but I do like that game. There was no Tomodachi Life. We knew that. There was no Rhythm Heaven game. There was no rhythm games in general, other than Geometry Dash, which I think is a rhythm game. I'm actually not sure. No Fire Emblem. Okay, that's hilarious. No Earthbound, no Fire Emblem, and only basically the most recent entry in every series, which I guess is fair because like that makes it even for everything, but still at the same time, like, come on, man. Didn't have Nintendo Labo. It's true. I can't believe that. I mean, this list has like 700 or something games on it. Not 700, 175 or something games. Maybe more. That might have been a different one. But it's only the most recent entry in every series. I didn't even notice that until now. Except for Sonic. They're like, well, we can make an exception here. Rhythm platformer. I mean, yeah. It can sync with music, but it's not required. Okay. We need a remake of this tier list to make it better. Or Mario Run. That's true. Well, I've already been going for an hour and a half, and my voice is just starting to die. So, I can't really help it. But, you know. My singing monsters. Everyone in chat gets 3 games to add. Oh boy. You know, here's a fun list that we could do. One of the things I wanted to do eventually is do a list of every game I have played. So that's like every game I have in my Steam library and then on my shelf behind me. That could be fun. And then another one would be if you guys, at some point we did a thing on Discord or wherever you guys could submit your favorite games and then I have to try to rank them. Yeah. Anyway, that's probably going to be it for now. Wii Sports Resort's 4 times greater than Wii Sports. I agree. It's just, like, there's literally no downside. Anyway, thanks everybody. Mario Run's also a rhythm platformer? What? I did not know that. It's 3:23 in the morning. Yeah, this list didn't have Skyrim either. It was represented by Elder Scrolls Online. And Final Fantasy was represented by Final Fantasy Online, by the way. Yeah, okay, this list was flawed at its core. Oops. Clash of Clans was on there, I've just never played it. Anyway, here's the full list. Enjoy. You can roast me in the comments if you wish.